There needs to be more movies like this. And I'm talking zombie, heartfelt, zombie that even gives you flashbacks of breakups of your own. This is Life After Beth, written and directed by Jeff Biani. He's a absolute mastermind, absolute genius. He's not a name on your great filmmakers of today's list, but he is for the film buff. 2014, Audrey Plaza, who is a darling of the day. There is no project Audrey Plaza isn't involved in that's not fantastic. Life After Beth teaches us about ourselves and our relationships. And it does exactly what horror needs to do. We just have a little bit of comedy along the way. So let's get into it. AKAPAD, the film buff, for the 31 Days of Dread, Life After Beth. It's October, and it's time for the 31 Days of Dread. This is where you get one horror movie a day for the entire month of October. That's how much we love horror. That's how much we love Halloween on the Film Buff Podcast. And here's the crazy thing. This is the longest running horror event in all of podcasting. So get ready. We're going to rock and roll. We're going to scare our socks off. And yes, we're going to be grabbing some candy, maybe some cereal. Let's go. Just bringing you this movie, it just makes me happy. Brings me a lot of joy. This is why we do it, guys. This is why the AKAPAD Army fights through the trenches so much to bring you so much regular content in all forms, live stream, airwaves, and video throughout all of social media. This is the AKAPAD Army. Because Life After Beth, this movie doesn't come up on any type of like list or search. It's not recommended in great zombie comedies or horror comedies. It just got made and it just got washed away. And here we are for the 31 Days of Dread, 2024. I believe it's year 8. And I know I keep saying that for this entire year. I just haven't counted my years. I know we're approaching 10 years deep on this. That's what she said. But no, guys, Audrey Plaza. I don't know how well it's going to get received, but for this Halloween season, we should get Agatha All Along on Disney Plus. That's a follow-up to the WandaVision Marvel Cinematic Universe series launch. You know, when Disney Plus launched, it was WandaVision and Loki. Phase 4 focal point of that. People got excited. Even though a lot of the hype around Agatha All Along being the spin-off of WandaVision, and a couple years go by and the Marvel Cinematic Universe just wanes. It loses its impact, its imagination. I know that's a little bit of a long, loose term, but the fire, the ideas, the imagination of the MCU has left us. But we get moments, right? We still get things to get excited about. And for all of this, all the money spent, all the money wasted, I don't know if you can waste money making art, by the way. Audrey Plaza appearing in Agatha All Along became a focal point, became important. Audrey Plaza, since this movie, I just want to go through some of her filmography. If I can find it quick enough for you guys. Acting credits. Here we go. Audrey Plaza filmography. Let's just start here. In 2014, Life After Beth. 2016, Joshi, also directed by our boy here. We have Child's Play. I loved her in Child's Play. She plays the mother. We did that for the 31 Days of Dread. We have Spin Me Round. I haven't seen this movie. I do want to see it. But she's in, like, on average, 2 movies a year. Isn't that crazy? Just someone that had sitcom stardom. And from a sitcom of being very typecast, she has grown. Emily the Criminal, 2022. This was one of her, like, the ones that I saw. Absolutely love. I'm trying to go through. Ingrid Goes West. This one's incredible. 2017. She is in mid-tier, character-driven, plot-happy, we're going to tell you a story movies. This movie also stars John C. Reilly, Paul Reiser, Dane William DeHaan, the Green Goblin. He's her boyfriend. This movie has a scene where Aubrey Plaza is strapped to a refrigerator. And she's murderous and she's killing people. And in the background, we have this zombie apocalypse. Dane's character, her boyfriend, they're in a couple truly heartfelt moments, gut-wrenching moments. Moments designed by Jeff Biani, our writer-director, but designed by him to remind us of what a breakup feels like. There's few movies that tap into that as well as this. I would put this movie there for a romantic comedy as well. Horror gives us reflections of who we are, of our society, of the state of the union. You can always see what's happening in society by watching a horror movie. You really can. And I know that might anger some of you. But just watch a lot of horror and pay attention to the culture. Life After Beth is a masterful movie. I prefer it over Shaun of the Dead because I feel like this movie has an effing point and tells us something about ourselves way more than Shaun of the Dead. I'm sorry, you guys. I would put this right up there as one of the great zombie comedies. And I say, like, that's a genre within the zombie genre. It's a genre within the genre. I do like Zombieland. I haven't seen the sequel for that, but I like Zombieland. It's like maybe Zombieland and Life After Beth. I would just put as my top two. I believe this is the beginning of her becoming a marquee name in Hollywood. Could Aubrey Plaza open a movie? No, but she could be added to a cast, as what happened with Agatha all along, and command attention. I like the part of California that this movie is shot in, because we see the hills and we see like some of the suburbia. We have a lackadaisical Molly Shannon. She's like slowly feeding one of her relatives' body parts, trying to keep it alive, but she's very lackadaisical about it. You don't know if she's in shock or if she's just clueless. So we have a lot of that type of horror reflection, like reflection within the genre. I think she's great. If you think people can't emote through being a zombie or the transition of a zombie, if you feel like even through tragedy, love gets complicated, again, like this movie just hits it on all of these levels. This movie is light and bright, which I absolutely love. I like that swerve sometimes. Usually with zombie movies, we have to deal with the dark. We have to deal with nighttime. I like it that we are literally, looks like it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the entire movie. And in the backdrop, it gets weaved. The zombie apocalypse gets trickled in through news stories and other comments, as commonly does a zombie movie trope. This one, we always go back to it, AKAPADers. Night of the Living Dead. The Venus comet. We only heard about it on the radio a few times, but then and thus we have the origin of the Night of the Zombie, or the Night of the Living Dead zombies, which they were arisen from the dead through the magical force of the Venus comet. Very, very cool stuff, guys. For the 31 Days of Dread, I'm so happy to bring you guys Life After Beth. AKAPADers, thank you for joining me for another episode of the 31 Days of Dread. We have been dedicated to horror for a long time on this feed, on this podcast. If you guys want to know more about everything we do here, go to AKAPAD.com. From there, you can navigate to the 31 Days of Dread. We have a dedicated landing page that goes through all the years of the 31 Days of Dread. And we also have a directory that jumps you to any movie that we've done. So you can just look up the movie by name. You can go to the directory. It's all alphabetical. And you can just explore. And that's the intent. And that's why we're so into the 31 Days of Dread, because no one's done this. No one has put this much time, this much thought and effort into American horror and international horror, and we love it. Horror is the future of American cinema. Horror right now is holding up American cinema, and I'm so thankful for it. So I'm hoping that you can extend yourself, explore, and continue the conversation. AKAPad.com. Thanks, guys.